Do you see what we have here today? The brand new Audi Rs6. This is simply a beast, and it's my wettest dream to drive this car. No, my wettest dream would be to own this car, but who knows, hopefully one day. So, 4-liter V8, 600 horsepower, and the most practical supercar you can buy on today's market. So let's begin. As you can see, this is the Nardo Grey, one of the most beautiful gray colors you can find on any vehicle possible, and with all blacked out trims. So yes, this is kind of a nice combination. I do like the Matrix headlights. They have a very appealing dance whenever you turn them on. Beautiful. And if you lock the car, it does not. As I said, a full blacked out gray. Basically all of the ornaments on the car are blacked out. So we have the Audi grille. This is a full grille, not an active grille. The active part is up here, and down below it's still just open. You can see the intercooler over here and on this side as well. So yes, you have two intercoolers, one on each side of the vehicle. If we go on the side, we can see we have some massive 22-inch alloys. The car comes in standard with 21 inches. This one has 22 inches, and they are 285 on 30 on 22s. So way too big. But at the same time, I swear to God, you're gonna see this whenever we're gonna start driving it, but I swear to God, this is one of the most stable cars I've driven so far. And yes, today I'm happy because not only we have the Audi Rs6, but as you saw in the previous episode or the next episode, depending on which one comes first, I also had the Porsche Taycan today. So yes, two estate cars. On the side, we can see that we have kind of a basic Audi look. It's literally nothing out of the ordinary. So except the small piano black trim on the lower part of the side of the car, you have literally nothing impressive, because you don't actually see this car from the side. You either see it from the front in the rear view mirror, or you just see it gunning. We have some longitudinal bars here on the top, so you can mount like an extra trunk on top of the car if you wish to do so. Also, you have a panoramic sunroof. The front part actually opens, the rear part doesn't, but at the same time they're the same size, so that is pretty impressive. Also here in the middle, we will see on the inside you have protection. So I think the chassis is reinforced here in the middle, because it would have been actually easier and cheaper for them just to make one big panoramic roof, but no, they chose not to. I do love the combination of this color and all of the blacked out trims. Here we can see the 360-degree cameras, so if you have on the sides, of course you have in the back. And if you go on the rear part of the vehicle, you can see two massive tips. You're gonna hear them pretty soon. The Rs6 logo also blacked out, the Audi logo the same. We have a spoiler over here and the aerodynamic ornaments here, so they can guide the air on the side of the car. Also LED tail lights that have a dance. Yes, they do have a dance as well. This is something I do enjoy though. The trunk is, of course, humongous, because this is the most practical supercar you can buy. So this is 595 liters of trunk capacity, so 600 liters of trunk space. That's a lot. That is actually a lot. And if we take the rear seats down, I'm guessing we will go around 1500 liters of trunk space. Also, you have a hidden compartment over here. That's, I don't know what you put in here. So we have a few adapters that you can put on the side rails in the trunk, so you can fix them. And other than that, I don't know what else is here. It's surprisingly small. We also have a net here on the side and your takeaway gym here in case you get bored. You can to work out. And we have buttons that lay down for full trunk capacity. Of course, everything is electronically actioned. So I'm gonna show you something quite interesting. I think I've done it at the Porsche Cayenne clip, and some of you actually admired that I did that. I'm gonna do the same. This is a stick. Imagine that this stick is your kid's finger. If you buy a car with soft close, any car whatsoever, doesn't matter if it's an Audi or anything else, if you buy a car with soft close, just beware of your kid's finger, because you heard it crack, right? Yes, this is actually dangerous. So now it's time to reveal the beast, not to unleash it. We're gonna unleash it when I go behind the wheel. So this is your 4-liter V8 twin turbo that produces 600 horsepower, 800 Newton meters of torque, goes 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. I think we actually managed 3.4. And at the same time, it's electronically limited at 250 kilometers per hour. So yes, this is your engine. When you get inside, you are literally surrounded by screens and a little bit too much darkness. Why do I say that? Because everything is fully black and gray. I do like to see a little bit of color in the interior of my supercar. It's not the case here, you just have the red stitching. So, the seats, they're sports seats, leather, heated and ventilated with the red stitching. You also find the red stitching on the center console and on the steering wheel. The steering wheel is made from Alcantara, which is very good for grip, but at the same time it's very bad with the perspiration of your hands. It gets messed up pretty easily. Also, the pedals, they're not metallic, so 1 point less for Audi for not making metallic pedals. Other than that, this is the screen for your climate control, this is the main screen for the infotainment system, and this is your digital cockpit that can change views. It just has 2 views. Now, because we're here, I'm just gonna do something. I'm gonna put the car in RS2 mode and I'm gonna start it so you can hear it. It's a pretty aggressive start, I do like it. But unfortunately we do have a soft limiter, so you're gonna actually hear the car properly in a few minutes. Other than that, LED strips all around the car, and you can change them as you want. So you can make this area one color, this area one color, this area one color. That's something I do enjoy. What I don't enjoy is that I cannot find where you can change the colors of the lights. It's annoying, it's very complicated. The infotainment system is way too complex, and I know that when I drove the Audi Q7, it took me like 2 hours to find where to change the lights on the inside, and now I forgot how to do it and I don't know what to do. Other than that, you have here 2 hidden cup holders and actually a smoker package. So you have your Audi ashtray and your Audi lighter. I don't know who would buy this car with the smoker package, because I don't know who would smoke in a car that's 157,000 euros. So yes, that's a lot. And if you look over here, you can see the panoramic roof, that it's split into 2 pieces, and here, yes, here there's a pillar for the structural part of the vehicle. Now let's go in the back. I'm trying to decide if this is better or this, because it's getting kind of dark on the outside. So, a very darkened interior. It's not too light outside, but at the same time this is getting a bit claustrophobic because everything is all tied up together and everything is so goddamn dark. But I didn't imagine this car to be so practical. So you have your armrest here, that you also have a button that you have to pull in order to get it down. You have 2 cup holders that are in the correct positioning, so you have no issues with it whatsoever. and you can actually close them. I do like the detail here where you lock up your seatbelt. It's white, so you have a white trim over here so you can see where to buckle your seatbelt. Here you have your third and fourth climate control areas, one for the left, one for the right. 2 USB-Cs, another lighter in case you have heavy smokers in the car. You have a net here that doesn't fit too much stuff, and also the tiny bits will fall on the ground. And the door pockets are decent, and because it's a 157,000 euros car, you don't have to worry about materials. All of the materials and the build quality is amazing. Just get a lighter interior. So, I hope the sound was good up until now, because the exterior I filmed with the iPhone and I didn't get the chance to buy the cable for the microphone to add to the iPhone, because I need the original cable in order for it to work properly, because it's Apple. And yes, now it's getting dark, but at least you get to see the night interior lights, which is a pretty nice touch. Also, I hope you can see it on camera, I was mistaken when I was in the back. The seatbelt buckle is not silver, but it's actually illuminated in white. So apologies for that misunderstanding. We have here the draggy. We're gonna set it up when we get there. I just want it to be turned on and active so we don't wait for it much longer. And also wanna open the app on my iPhone. So let's see how the Audi RS6 drives. I'm just gonna put it in RS2 mode. So that also means traction control a little bit disabled. For me, this car is some sort of unicorn, because this is the only car you would ever need, period. But only if you have the money for it. If you don't have the money for it and you want a car that's close to equally as good, but cheaper, so if you put the balance between the price and what the car feels like and what the car can do, the cheaper option for the unicorn car would be the BMW 3 Series Touring. We had the 330D on the channel, you saw the video, and it was amazing. I know it was a diesel, but it was simply stunning, because you had 650 Newton meters of torque on rear wheel drive, and that is something anybody can enjoy. Okay, very aggressive, as you would expect. I've driven it earlier, but I was not in RS2, I was in RS1. Yes, I'm gonna put it back in RS1 and activate the traction control, because this is way too powerful for the shitty roads that I'm driving it on. Okay, that was surprisingly fast on that corner, and I do enjoy one thing a lot. You can rev. I do enjoy one thing a lot. There's not a lot of cars that let you stay in the limit with the engine revved up to the maximum. Not a lot of new cars let you do that, but this is an exception. Yes, a lot of power, but amazingly stable. Yes, amazingly stable. So basically the systems of the car with this amount of power are some sort of anti-stupid mode, because you really have to be beyond stupid or in order to total this car or wreck it or anything. If you have even the slightest knowledge about how to properly drive a car and you do not deactivate the traction control, it's amazing. It's a lot of electronics, I know, but this is not the first generation of RS6, this is the last one. Woo-hoo-hoo. I did not imagine that it would let me stay in the limit so much. It's beautiful, I love it. So yeah, let's talk about the car for a little bit, and then we're gonna go back to legal driving. So a lot of screens. I do not like the fact that they are haptic, but it's an Audi thing. It's something that only they have, so I cannot argue with that thing. If you're the only one who has one thing, it either means it's good and you patent it, or it's stupid and I don't know why you use it. This is not stupid, don't get me wrong. It's good that somebody thought of this. I do not like the climate control being fully haptic and touchscreen, because you actually have to take your eyes off the road in order to handle the climate settings. Okay, now we put the car in RS2 mode, we deactivate the traction control, and now we're gonna do a 0 to 60 and 60 to 0. Traction control active. Okay, that was my mistake. Forgot it in manual. It has to be in sport. One more try here. Traction control, launch control active. Okay, that's aggressive. 60. And now 3, 2, 1. That was very brutal. So we have 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. I think we can do better than that. 60 to 0, or 100 kilometers per hour to 0 in 4.38 seconds. That's 51 meters. That's actually too much, 51 meters. If we had 30 meters or 40 meters, it would have been decent, but 50, that's a bit too much. One more launch control I'm gonna do just because I wanted to, and I'm gonna also give you the time for it. But I'm not gonna do another brake test, because I know that if you do that too much, it's just gonna damage the car, and this is not the car you want to damage. 360-degree angle camera, very good resolution, very easy to use and understand. One more 0 to 60 time. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's fast. That's just fast. One more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, very aggressive. Done. That's very fast. 3.8. So yeah, earlier on, probably it was warmer outside, we managed to do 3.4, which is less than Audi said, but as you saw earlier, 3.61. It's the time it took the RS6 to go 0 to 60. Now we're gonna keep the car in RS2 mode so we can see how it actually handles and how much it wants to oversteer or understeer. Speaking of steering, the steering wheel, very comfy, very, very comfy. And because it's Alcantara, it does not slip one bit. I don't like the fact that we have plastic pedals instead of metallic pedals, so that's a minus. Other than that, it feels luxurious, it makes you feel important. And as I said with the Porsche Taycan, it makes you feel like you've earned yourself the right to own this. I don't know, it just makes you feel special. Not as special as the Porsche, but come on, it's an Audi Rs6. I don't think there's a lot of people that don't wish to own one of this. Let's see. Okay, no oversteer, no understeer, no nothing. How about now? Just a little bit of power slide, but surprisingly, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to struggle or to fight with the car in order to counter the power slide. It just does it by itself because it has too much power and because it's four-wheel drive. God damn, this is fun. If you don't know how to drive, don't buy a car this powerful. If you do know how to drive, just take care of where you test the car. This is our playground. We test the cars here for the past 3 years now, so we know it, but that doesn't make it less dangerous. And as you can see on the camera, we're doing very legal. So yeah, the Matrix headlights just went automatically on high beam, and they just spread out everywhere. That's nice. The thing with this car is that although it's very powerful and very aggressive, it's very intuitive. So if you want something that's a little bit more fun to drive, you go buy a BMW. If you want something that you can rely on and that you know it will never ruin your day, then you buy this. The BMW doesn't ruin your day, but there's a bigger chance for you to ruin it yourself. The reason that I'm lacking words is because I'm just too enthusiastic about what I'm doing right now, and because of the fact that I've been wishing to drive one of these for such a long time. It's amazingly stable. Trust me, on these curved roads, I don't think I've ever driven a car this fast in the middle of the curb. It's simply unbelievable. The grip you get on this thing is mind-blowing. Simply mind-blowing. Ooh. Yes, this is an experience. So if you want to buy this car, you buy it for the experience. You buy it to go on the track, and you also buy it to put it in comfort mode or efficient mode and take your family on a week-long vacation anywhere, because this car will take you anywhere in style with all of the fun you want or need. And now I just realized I should have turned the lights on so you can see me better, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, I got overly excited. So yes, this is my take on the Audi RS6. I'm very happy I spent a few extra hours around this car, because when I left today from home, this was not in the plan. Okay, don't put it in efficient after you drive it so aggressive, because it's gonna turn off your engine. Apparently it does not have... Why? Wait, stop turning the engine off. I just drove like a maniac. You don't turn the engine off when you drive like a maniac. So yeah, you saw the pleasure I had while driving it, and you saw what the car told me to do. You saw what the car told me in general, because this is not your everyday average Joe car. This is something that you buy with your heart and with very deep pockets. So yes, is this the only car you will ever need? Probably yes, just don't go off-roading. And other than that, Dan the Romanian is signing out. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, because it helps me out a lot. You saw that I have under 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to see more Romanian activities and more not Romanian cars, thumbs up.